0, 0. That is the coordinate of that level. That's why we spawned there, because our player's position is equal to 0, 0, and that part of the map is 0, 0 as far as the map is concerned. So that's why we spawned there. Now in the player class, by the way, I saw a comment about this. I press Control-Shift-T to actually open type, which means I can just pretty much search for classes and open them. Alright, so Control-Shift-T is the shortcut for that. You can see here that we've got int x and int y, right? So what we can do here is actually in-game, so we made this constructor a while back, but what it does is it actually changes the location of our entity, of our player entity, to be, you know, whatever we specify here in the parameters. So if I actually go back to our game class where we instantiate this player, I can just add, I don't know, like 30, 30, right? And run this, and let's see what happens. Oh, look at that, we're not on the top left corner anymore, we're over here, which is awesome. So in other words, I can totally customize how all of that works. So I can maybe set this to like 200, this one to maybe like, I don't know, 250, 220, something like that. And if I run it, you'll see that I'll actually spawn there. Now, that's all cool, but what if I want to spawn in the middle? Like, what if I want to spawn in the middle of a particular tile? So in other words, here you see that we're actually, if I just clear these and set them to 0, 0, you can see that we sort of spawn there. What if I want to spawn on a particular tile? Well, all you want to do there is, you know, the tiles are 16 size big. So if you want to spawn, let's just open up our level again. If I want to spawn right on this rock here, this is actually going to be really hard to do because it doesn't have coordinates. Let me just open it in paint.net again. Alright, cool. So if I want to spawn on this like little rock here, we can see that that rock has coordinates 6, 4. So because we know, so 6, 4, right? Yep, so 6x and 4y. And because we know that the tiles are 16 pixels large, we can simply go 6 times 16 for x and 4 times 16 for y. This is very basic maths, but some of you guys might not be aware. And if we launch this, you can see that we spawned right on that rock. So that is sort of how you adjust the player spawn locations. Again, that'll be very, very like important and crucial to our game in the future. But that's also basically how we're going to be loading maps and tiles from now on. So what I need now is, I actually asked you guys a while back to send me tiles, to send me sprite sheets, and a lot of you guys did, which is awesome. But if there's anyone out there who thinks they can make a tile sheet that will contain all sorts of tiles for a Realm of the Mad God type game, one thing I didn't actually check, that I did get some really high quality ones, but guys, if you send me ones that you make or you find, make sure that they are actually like copyright free. So in other words, make sure that I have permission to use them, alright? That's very important, because I don't want to get in trouble. So yeah, but otherwise we'll start on actually making our spawn level probably next time, and then we'll talk about things like collisions and that sort of thing, and maybe some lighting as well. But hope you enjoyed this episode of Game Programming. If you did, hit that like button. Let's get to 200 likes, guys. I'm serious. Punch that like button. Let's get to 200 likes. If you guys are enjoying that series, I appreciate it a lot if you guys hit the like button, and I'll see you guys next time. Later, guys. Hey, what's up guys, my name is Huerter, welcome to episode 58 of Game Programming. So today we're going to take a look at a few more sprites that we need to actually make our game finish up the map. Because remember, this portion of the series we're basically making maps and get that down, alright? So one thing I did that I actually didn't show on camera, I guess, is I actually fixed up the King Cherno sprite. So Andy Wall, the guy who made the original sprite, sent another sprite to me because the first one didn't really look nice when for the side walking animations, I mean. So yeah, he fixed that up, and now it's good. So I just basically changed the sprites. But the other thing is we need to make some more tiles, because currently if we go into tiles, or tile rather, into our tile class, you'll see that we've got like what, friggin' 3 tiles. Remember, void tile is just like a just in case tile. It's not really we're not really going to use it. But we've got 3 tiles here, and we need a lot more than that to make a nice looking game. So I asked you guys if you wanted to send in your sprite sheets and basically of textures that you've actually made, and then you know, let me use them for the series. And I got a lot of textures from you guys, but I think the most comprehensive and the most complete and the most pretty looking textures were by Jacob Blomquist. I hope I'm pronouncing that right, but Blomquistador. Blomquistador. He sent these textures in. So they look really nice. And he said that he made them himself, so I'm gonna have to trust him on that. But yeah, so we got some nice like water or even ice, whatever. Bunch of walls, which is what I like, as well as like a bunch of different grass textures, which is awesome, and you know, different stone and stuff like that, which is nice. I really like this texture pack. It makes this grass look completely terrible, so I'm probably gonna get rid of that grass. But we're definitely gonna put in these textures into our sprite sheet now and use them. So over here, so this is like the Kuchara sprite that I replaced. But in Paint.net, I've just opened up his stuff here as well, and I'm just gonna copy and paste it into my sprite sheet. And we're going to use that, so let's just grab all of this. Oh, and that's even transparent. That's very cool. It's not really transparent, but it's low opacity, I guess. So we're just going to put this probably right over here. I might actually make several sprite sheets in the future, but first I just want to get this down. So we can definitely get rid of... let's just cut this, I guess, and like paste it here. We don't need that grass texture. And fix this up. There you go. Alright, awesome. So first thing I want to do is probably start using this grass texture instead. In fact, all that we really need to do here is if we just wanted to try out like a different sprite for grass, all we need to do is really just change the coordinates. If I want to go from this grass to, let's just say, this one, which looks like it's 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Is that 5? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's number 4. Sorry, I'm working on very little sleep. I went to bed at like 4:30 AM last night because I was at a party. So yeah. So yeah. But that's really okay. That's definitely not it. Did I save that? There we go. So yeah, that was kind of nice. Let's try a different one. Just try one more. You can really play around with that. You can see the rocks kind of looking consistent, but that's fine. That looks nice. I like that. I like the view of that. So yeah. I might get someone. I think I saw some rocks that you guys sent in as well, so I might do that later. I don't know if you guys want to see all this graphics work on screen in the series. If you do, let me know in a comment below. If you don't want to see all this graphics stuff and you just want to only see code basically, and you don't really want to see the levels or the textures, I guess, get designed and implemented, drop a comment, let me know what you guys think about that. But I don't know, I think it'd be awesome having you know, the entire game, I guess, being made in front of you guys, instead of me basically being like, oh yeah, I've compiled several sprite sheets now, they're ready to go. But yeah, that's just my opinion, so let me know what you guys prefer. But yeah, okay, so now that we've got that covered, we're gonna make a bunch of tiles. So basically, the way that I approach this is I'm a very organized young man. At least I try to be, and I especially try to be in my programming. There's something about organization and keeping code grouped and clean really appeals to me, which is why this is like the hierarchy of our thing here, which is why I really like to actually keep everything separate and everything fully organized, because I don't know, it's just cool. It's just cool like that. So in textures, I'm gonna make probably a folder called levels, and I'll put the level in there in a minute. And I guess in levels though, we'd probably have might make another one called sheets. This will be like sprite sheets. Yeah, okay, cool. I'll definitely do that. So I'll put sprite sheet into there and level into levels. Alright. Looks good? Good. And obviously, just before our game crashes for no apparent reason, we need to quickly fix the folder structure. So this obviously becomes in levels, right? So I've just removed it. And the actual sprite sheet, I think, was in here. So levels, sprite sheet, awesome. Let's check if that runs. Nope. Okay, so we forgot to replace one thing. I'm not sure where it is though. Actually, we could probably just debug it. That'd be easier. So it looks like it's the load for the sprite sheet. Oh no, that should be. Where's path? Oh, okay. No, that should have worked. Oh, levels. Sorry, my bad. Sheets, not levels. Terminate. Try that again. Awesome. Cool. So, yeah. So we'll call this one. I guess. See, I kind of want to separate tiles per levels. So in other words, spawn level. What do we want our spawn level to look like? That's really interesting. These are actually pretty high resolution, aren't they? Are these really 16 by 16? Yeah, they are. Huh. Almost looks like 32 by 32. They look really nice though. So, yeah. But anyway, I guess what we want to do, let's just close that. I guess what we want to do is split it up sort of. So, I might make a new sheet and the spawn level. Let's just take a look at what the spawn level is going to have. It's definitely going to have some grass, it's going to have some walls, it's going to have water. That's like 3, maybe 5-ish. Maybe about 6 textures for the level for that. So 6 textures means basically if we have 3 by 3, I might make room for 9 textures actually. Should we do that? Yeah. Oops. Let's make room for 9 textures. So again, effect. I don't actually have the grid plugin on this computer yet, so I'll just literally copy and paste some cells. Okay. Whoops. So we'll have 9 textures, and I will simply grab the textures that I want from the sprite sheet, and I guess technically I'll edit them out later. But let's just say we want to use this grass. I love how there's different grass textures, that's awesome. This grass, we might... Maybe even this almost looks like a hedge. I like that. Pop that in as well. Definitely use water. Not sure how I feel about transparent water, but I guess it's kind of cool, right? We'll put that there. As for walls, definitely gonna use these. So I'll pop them here. And I don't know, I mean, don't really need cracked ground. No, I think that's pretty good. Actually, if there was a floor, that almost looks like a floor, but I'm not a big fan of that. I might even use... I'm gonna use cracked floor. Do we want like a cracked floor? Or do we want like a... I'm just gonna make a floor out of this, I think. Like a wooden floor. Out of this. So this will be like our floor. So let's just edit that real quick. At the moment they're kind of bricks, but we can change that pretty easily. So basically what I want to do is sort of scale it up a lot. So let's just try and edit this. So if I scale it up, pixelated. Alright, let's just get the aspect ratio down. If I scale it up a bit like that, and then we'll copy some more squares in, just to replace that. I almost feel like we need layers here. Then I guess we could sort of make like a floorboardy type look. If I just sort of do this, you'll see what I'm sort of getting at pretty soon. And I like this color as well, so I'll just... So there we go. Just a simple basic sort of floorboard type deal. What's that look like? That was kind of nice actually. Kind of like that. There we go. So that's like a nice looking floor, I guess. Save that. Okay, so we'll save it in sheets, obviously, and we'll save it. We'll call this like spawn level or something. Spawn level tiles, I guess, and that'll just contain the tiles for our spawn level. So if we go over here, and yeah, I guess these episodes are going to be kind of long, aren't they? But if we go over here into our sprite sheet class, which is where we're in, which is awesome. So we'll go public static sprite sheet, and we'll call this one spawn level. And let's see. So it'll be equal to new sprite sheet, and we'll just go textures, sheets, spawn level .png, and the size of it, right? The size is, well, it's 48. So that's it, just like that. Awesome. So now we'll go into tile.java, and actually, sorry, sprite.java, which is, oh, it's open right here. And we'll just, I guess we'll get on the play. I almost want to like sort of group this, but obviously we can't do that. But it would still be pretty cool if we could group it like that, but we can't because they're static. But let's just over here, we'll put like the spawn level sprites here. Alright, so spawn level sprites here. And I guess we'll make a player sprites here. Awesome. Nice and organized, see? Just like I like it. Just the way I like it. So let's public static sprite. So they'll have like the spawn prefix. So spawn grass equals new sprite, and remember that's 0, 0 as well. But again, the difference here, and the size is 16. The difference here is that it's going to be sprite sheet dot. Instead of being sprite sheet dot tiles, it's going to be sprite sheet dot spawn level. So that's very important that you don't forget that. So we've basically used up 6 textures here, so I'm just going to copy that a few times, and we'll go, so spawn grass. What else do we have? That looks like a hedge, so I'm just going to call it hedge. Then we've got water. Then we've got wall 1, wall 2, and floor. Right? And I guess we'll just quickly change hedge to that's 1 across. That's 2 across. That's 1, and then the rest are, oh no, actually one of them's 2 down. I think that's wall. So I think, is that right? Yeah, that's right. Okay, awesome. So now that we've got a bunch of these kind of sprites, we're also going to go into tile.java, and this is where I also like to be organized. So in tile, we've got a bunch of tiles. Because tiles will sort of be specific to different things, we can right click, hit new folder, and I'm just going to make a new folder called spawn level. Right, and then in here we're going to have all of our different classes, such as, for example, so these are all tile classes, obviously, but the spawn level is going to have a tile called grass tile, for example. But just in case, we'll probably want to call it spawn grass tile, right? And again, that's going to extend tile, and tile will have to be imported from the other thing, and obviously it's going to have to inherit a constructor as usual, and it's also going to render the tile thing. This is going to be a freaking long episode as well, isn't it? But if we go to like the grass tile, we can just copy and paste that. And I should really move that render method up the hierarchy, but I might do that next episode or something. So that'll be the spawn grass tile, and we're going to finish all the other ones in the next episode again of programming. So I hope you like this video, guys. Let me know if you guys want to see like the graphical work and all of that stuff done in the videos, and I'll see you guys next time. Later. Hey, what is up? My name is Huerter. Welcome to episode 59 of Game Programming. So today it's going to be one of those episodes that really probably isn't that interesting, but it just needs to be done. And I actually asked you guys last episode if you wanted to see all the graphical aspects of the development of this game. And you guys said yeah, like literally everyone. I don't think there was a single no in there. So I guess I am going to have to show you guys every aspect of this game's development. So, you know, we've got the same thing that we had last time, but what we're basically going to do today, all we're going to do today is actually just finish the tiles. So, we had all these tiles here, and we actually made this new tile called the spawn grass tile, right? And if we go back into tile here, we can instantiate, we can basically define it by typing public static tile, and there was the spawn, what was it called? What? Get out spar tile. I don't think that is the spawn grass tile. So we'll call it spawn grass tile or something. Okay. And we'll set it equal to new spawn grass tile. And the sprite that we'll use is the sprite dot. And I think I used the prefix spawn. Yes, I did. Spawn grass. And that's it. All right. Simple as that. And we basically need to do the same thing for all the other tiles that we had. So if we actually go to the sprite class, you can see that we also had a hedge, water, wall 1, wall 2, and floor. Alright? So if I just tab it over, so there's two windows. I'll try and make the camera show both, but I don't think I will, just because it just feels too zoomed out if I do it that way. But I'm literally just going to copy and paste this stuff here. So we've got grass, now we need hedge. And I guess we don't need tile, to be honest. Just because, well, it's obviously a tile, so no point in that, eh? Wall 1, wall 2, and floor as well. So let me first of all copy this, and I'll grab the floor. Alright, that's it. That's all I'm going to do with sprite. And over here, all I'm going to do is hit up spawn. That's going to be grass. Obviously, it's going to be hedge, and it's going to be water. It's going to be wall 1. It's going to be wall 2, and that's going to be floor. And Now what we need to do is actually change the spawn grass tile into the appropriate one. So for hedge, we could have a spawn hedge tile. For water, we can have a spawn water tile. For wall, we can have a spawn for wall 1. Sorry, we can have a spawn wall file. The thing is, guys, this is the other thing. Some things are the same, right? So in other words, these walls that we've got going on here, these stone walls, like technically, you know, they're the same, right? They look different, the sprites are different, but they're the same, as in they have the same properties, okay? In fact, a lot of these tiles have the same properties, but you know, we still want to divide them just because, you know, wood might react differently to how a hedge does. A hedge might be more upright and could be destroyed, you know, a hedge could be breakable, whereas, you know, a grass tile wouldn't be, and so I like to just mix it up. I like to keep everything organized just in case, because I really like my materials to be, you know, defined separately. But if it's something like a wall and it's literally just two wall textures and they're only different for aesthetical purposes, then we can just go ahead and say spawn wall tile for both of them and simply use different sprites. Alright? And obviously different tile names. But otherwise it's the same, right? Okay, so spawn underscore floor will be our spawn floor tile. Alright, awesome. So now we have to go ahead and create each of these classes. So we'll hit this little thing and we'll go create class, and it'll automatically fill out pretty much everything for us. We want to keep it in tile, except we want to put it under spawn level, which is the folder that we created. So hit finish, and there's an error that occurred. Assertion failed. Don't worry too much about that. That is not really important. So this is all good. Let's go back to tile, and we'll actually have to just do the same for all the other ones. So again, we'll put it into spawn level, spawn underscore level, and then we'll, you know, add the constructor as we do. Let's get rid of this. go back to tile. So the spawn wall tile, again, that's just one tile for both of those things. And we'll put it on the spawn level. Add that constructor in. And that's pretty much it. Got one more to go. That's the floor tile. So we'll create a class for that, level underscore spawn. Sorry, spawn underscore level. Spawn underscore level. And we'll add the constructor from our superclass. And that's it. Okay, awesome. So let's save that and hopefully we won't get any errors. Awesome, no errors. Okay, so what we need to do now, the other thing we need to actually do is, if we just go to a normal grass tile, you see it's got a random method. So let's grab that random method, and we'll just quickly copy and paste it into every one of these. So, just like that. Make sure you save after it as well. That's pretty much it. I think, did we do all of them? Yep, we did. Awesome. So, I'm just going to right click, close all, just because I like to be organized and it feels really cluttered right now. I'll open tile back up. Okay, so now that we've got all these different things, we can also go through, I guess, another time and be like, alright, hedge. Do we want hedges to be, you know, passable? You know, do we want them to be solid? So public boolean solid, we can just return false if we don't want it to be solid, right? Because remember, that overrides the original solid thing. So, sorry, return true for if it is solid. So, you know, hedges, we don't want to pass through hedges. Maybe they'll be breakable. You know, walls won't be, but hedges, you can, like, I don't know, whip out your sword and cut them down or something. So I'll make that, you know, it'll be solid. But that's for example why I, you know, we might even put, like, in the future, like a public boolean called breakable, and this one would, you know, return true. All right. So I'll leave this in here because it doesn't do any harm. But you know, a system like that might be in place in the future for those kind of tiles. So that's like another reason, I guess, why I actually split up all these tiles into different subclasses instead of just having like a tile and being like, all right, well, this is going to be breakable tile and this is going to be unbreakable tile, and then I'll just have different names for them, but they'll still refer to the same class. No, I don't like to do that. That's just not how I roll. So again, what else isn't breakable? Wall tile. Let's copy and paste solid for wall tile, because a wall is solid, indeed. And, well, yeah, that's about it. So that is how we organize each one of those tiles. Next time, tomorrow, we're going to take a look at actually creating levels based on this level. So in other words, we will create a spawn level next time, and we'll see all these tiles in actions. In action. Actions. Well, there will be multiple actions for the level, I'm sure. But yeah, that's what we're going to do next time. We're going to take a look at actually creating the spawn level and seeing it in action. So we'll see you guys next time. If you liked the video, please hit that like button, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Later, guys.
Moving forward, you're going to see improvements to our service, like enhanced background checks, 24/7 customer support, better pickups, and ride quality. And you've got my word that we're charting an even better road for Uber and for the...
Hey, what's up guys? My name is Huerter. Welcome to episode 60 of Game Programming. So I've got a new microphone this time. Again, this isn't a headset mic. This is a different microphone, so hopefully you guys will enjoy the change in audio quality. Let me know what you think of this microphone, and hopefully eventually, you know, we'll find something that you guys like. But today, on episode 60, we're going to take a look at creating the spawn level. So level design is honestly one of my favorite aspects of game programming, but it's also I should say game development. But also it's one of the things that if you don't get right, it doesn't feel like a game. Like, obviously it still feels like a game, but what I mean by that is it doesn't feel, if you don't get this right, it's not going to convey the feeling that you want to the player, to the audience. So that's why, you know, getting this right is crucial, but at the same time, it's very fun. So if I bring over our hierarchy, which of course is this is our root directory of our game. We've got the resources folder, and then the textures folder, and then we've got levels. So actually, let's pull levels out of textures. I'm not sure why that's there. But in the resources folder, we'll have levels and we'll have textures. So we've currently got this level.png file, and that's all fine. We're not going to mess with that. What we are going to do, though, is create a new PNG file altogether. So I'm going to open paint.net, and in paint.net, this is where we're going to create our file. So at the moment, I have no clue what these spawn levels should look like. All right. So I'm just going to go off the top of my head, and hopefully, you know, it'll be good. First thing I need to do is obviously set a canvas size. So, spawn level. Let me just think. I might go with something like, let's just say, like 40 tiles long, maybe, like 40 tiles wide, sorry, and maybe like 75 tiles high, something like that, right? So it's kind of like that, and let me just see how big. Yeah, no, that should definitely be enough, right? So we might spawn somewhere over here, right? Well, that color will be a spawn point just because I created it right there. We might spawn somewhere here, and then let's see. Is that the middle? It's not the middle, is it? Yeah, this is more closer to the middle, so we might just clear that. So that's the spawn point, and so what other things do we have? We've got. I'm just looking at all the resources we have. Let's also open one more file, and that will be our textures, sheets, spawn level. So let's open that with paint.net. All right, cool. So we've got all these different files to play around with. All these different tiles, rather, to play around with. So, okay. So let's just make sure that our exterior, I guess, is grass. So grass will make, well, grass will just be full green, right? So I might make something like, there might be walls eventually, whoops. There might be walls eventually, but for the most part I'm just drawing like the outskirts, I guess. So all of that will be green, and maybe like a, whoops, keep on. Let me just fix this. Yeah, so, just trying to, maybe something like that. You guys will see what I'm talking about in a minute. Let me just copy and paste to make sure that they are the same size. You guys wanted to see level design, so there you go. Well, you guys wanted to see all the graphical work, and I guess this is graphical work as well. I apologize if this isn't going to be exactly symmetrical, but whatever. Alright, cool. Cool beans. That is nowhere near symmetrical. Let's copy and paste this. I like this more. Yeah. Yeah. Alright. Whatever. We might just, hopefully you guys kind of know what I'm getting at. Sorry, my phone's going off. Probably email notifications. Okay. I hate it when like on an iPhone you get a new email, like it doesn't like show up as a notification, it just like vibrates. Well, I've always got my phone on silent, so maybe it doesn't always vibrate for you guys or whatever. But for me it always vibrates, and I'm like, oh okay, I must have a new email because it's not giving. It's either that or if I get paid, but like through PayPal. But if I get like money, not necessarily income, more or less, it could also be like a transaction. If there's any PayPal transaction, it alerts me through PayPal. It just vibrates and doesn't actually say what's up, which is really annoying. But yeah. And then the other reason is emails. So either I just got some money, lost some money, or most likely I got an email. Okay, so now that, this is rubbish, damn it. Why you don't work? Let's just clear all that. And then let's copy and paste this. Pixelated, and that's not that good. Yeah. There we go. Awesome. That was much better. And then down the bottom here, we might Sorry, I'm kind of a perfectionist when it comes to this sort of thing. So you guys might be in for some long videos. Hopefully you won't mind. Because if you do mind, then well, you probably want to go right ahead and unsubscribe, because we're gonna be looking through some of this stuff in the future. Okay, so spawn point, I want to move that to about, oh crap, I did not mean to do that. Alright, I'm gonna move the spawn point like here. Alright, cool. So what kind of walls have we got? Okay, I like that wall. That's wall 1, right? So wall 1's gonna be this gray. Okay. I'll put like 2 rows of wall 1 or something to keep our citizens in the castle. Alright, let me just. So I'm gonna have a bit of this going on. Yeah. So we're just gonna vertically make sure there's a double all the time. Just like that. Cool. Cool. And then I guess this will go all the way to here, right? Correct, Mr. Jono, correct. Alright. And, you know. There we go. And then for here we might only have 1. Because, you know, that section, the architect was like, YOLO, we'll deal with one wall. Bet you my computer's gonna like run out of disk space halfway through this recording or something. Hopefully that actually won't. Alright, so we've made this place completely symmetrical, haven't we? Oh well. That'll do, right? And I might put some portals to other worlds here in the future. Right? Right. Okay, so I think that's looking pretty good. Alright, that's like our sort of realmish type area. Whoops, I meant to go here. So, obviously floor everywhere, but apart from that, wall 2. So wall 2 might be like a darker color. And I just want to pop this like, oh, that's not dark at all. This is darker. Might pop some, you know, just cool stuff. I really like how old games just had like dead ends and, you know, kind of like this. I remember Pokemon Trading Card Game. Yes, that was a game for Game Boy Color that I had and played a lot when I was a child. And it had like all these like random places. There was no point going there, but it just had it there. Like a freaking, that looks like a beaver or something. Oh, it's awesome. Let's just make sure it's symmetrical now. Because if it's not symmetrical, hang on a minute, I can't tell. Yeah, that's symmetrical, right? Yeah. Yeah, it is symmetrical. They had all these areas, and it was really cool. So I guess that's the point. Maybe we'll have a little. I have no idea what this level's gonna look like, so hopefully it'll be bearable. And then finally, I'm just gonna pick a brown color. So like that brown is gonna be it's a very bad brown. That's like orange. Brown. It's red. No, bad. Give me brown. There we go. That's a nice brown. Okay, so that's what our map looks like right now. Ooh, spawn point's gone. There we go. So, yeah, awesome. All right, so now let's go ahead and define all of these colors, and then I'll get out of your hair for today. All right, deal? Deal. So Control S will bring up our little save as file, save as thing. I'm sure you guys are aware of it. Also hit file save as. Yeah, cool. So let's go into our resources levels, and over here we can spawn. That's it. Spawn. That's what we'll call it. So here in level, we might make a public. Oops. So public static level, we'll call it spawn, equals new level, and then it's obviously going to be in resources is obvious, but it'll be in levels. So /levels, and then spawn, God, I can't type today, spawn.png. And there you go. All right, so that's static level. Again, we will have every level will be static because there's only one instance of that level possibly available in our code. And then the other thing that we'll do is over here in tile, we've got different, I'm just thinking if this should be in level, no, it should probably be in tile. So public, we'll make some numbers. So public final static, actually, it doesn't really matter, but I think I like it going static final first. Anyway, we'll see in a minute. Public static final, whatever. And it will be an integer, and it will be, well, we'll make one for each of them, right? So, spawn grass, I guess. Hang on, I'm just trying to think where this should go. So what I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to basically define every color. So if tile dot, yeah. So color, and then grass. And then I guess spawn grass, right? Spawn underscore grass equals, and we'll pick a color for it. So in this case, it's this color, which is, I think, is full green, yeah. So 0x ff00 ff00, right? That's green with an alpha channel. And then we'll do the rest. I think I like doing this more though. Putting final after static, obviously it doesn't matter. Again, personal preference. So color, and we'll go spawn edge, which we didn't actually use, so I'm just gonna put 0 and then be like unused. So what else do we have? We've got water, which we didn't use either. We will use it obviously in the future, but just not for now. So then we've also got wall 1, we've got wall 2, and one more, we've got floor. So let's quickly get all the colors for these things. So this is wall 1, right? Bunch of 8s. So this is wall 1, 808080. Wall 2 is this darker gray, which is 303030. Oops, that's over here. And floor is this awesome brown color, which I spent like an hour working on, which doesn't have any letters in it. Look at that. All the numbers are below 9. Or below 10, technically. No, below 9. So yeah. So that's pretty awesome. Now that we've defined all the colors, all we need to do when we actually go ahead and make our level, I guess load it in, we'll have to just reference these colors and the tile should work. So that's what we'll do next time. We'll actually move on to drawing our level, I guess. And yeah, hope you enjoyed this episode of Game Programming. If you did, please hit that like button, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Later, guys.
you're watching this video, you're being tracked and you probably don't even know it. From the time you turn on your cell or log onto your computer to go online, you are.
Hey, what's up guys? My name is Huerter. Welcome to episode 61 of Game Programming. So last time we took a look at creating the spawn level, which is right over here, and implementing all the tiles that it used and all the colors for the tiles that it used, which you can see right here. Now, today we're going to take a look at actually, you know, going into the spawn level, I guess, or loading the spawn level into our game. So first of all, this hierarchy we've got here, it seems that in resources we've got textures and then levels. That's kind of not cool because levels isn't texture. So let's just cut that and put it up here. So we have in our rain, this is just our normal rain directory. We have resources and then we have levels and textures. Awesome. So now let's freaking do it. So right now over here we've got a level, we've got a spawn level, right? And it's in /levels/spawn, right? Which is actually correct because I think last time we fixed it. But it's in resources, which is already in the build path, so you don't need to specify that. But it is in levels and then spawn.png, which is where the file is located. Now, what we need to do now, basically, is make sure that we actually read all the tiles. So currently you can see that we've got 3 different tiles and we return, you know, a bunch of, we've basically got 3 different types of tiles to return. And obviously in our level there's a lot more, because if you look over here into tile, there are, well, there's freaking 6 right here. 2 of them are unused so far, but we need 4. So let's implement that right now. So if we go into tile, we've made all of our tiles. We actually did that last time, which is awesome. And over here you'll see that we actually created all of the spawn grass, spawn hedge, spawn water wall 1, wall 2, and spawn floor, and we've already attributed all the sprites. So that's pretty easy. We've pretty much done everything. So all we need to do now is put it into practice. So over here, instead of if tiles equals, you know, this color, let's just say that if tiles equals tile dot color will be, let's just say floor, right? So if it's floor, then return tile dot spawn floor, and if that equals tile dot color grass, right, then we'll return tile dot spawn grass, and so on until we get everything down. So over here we'll just say, which one haven't we done? Hedge, for example. Hedge isn't really done yet, but we'll still put it in here so that we can because it does exist. So spawn hedge, and then we'll just copy this a bunch of times because we're going to need it. So if tile color equals wall 1, for example, then we'll return tile dot spawn wall 1, and we're going to do the same thing for wall 2 as well. I'm just going to zoom through this. Wall 1 you can basically, you can't really tell because L kind of looks like 1. And I think we've got, no, there's one more definitely. There's water, which we haven't actually done yet, but whatever. I think, have we even done that? Yeah, we have. We have made the file for it, or the object for it rather. So is that it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think that's it. Okay. So what we should be able to do now is just launch our game, and it should display it, but it crashes. And if we take a look at this crash in depth, we're actually getting an illegal argument exception. Now, what does that mean? You can see right over here that it's actually brought up image.io.read. What that means basically is that it's reading the wrong, like it can't find the file. That's what it means. So I'm not exactly sure where it's failing to read the file. So if we just run it here, we can see that input equals null, which means the file's not found in load level. So in spawn level over here. So path, where does path come from? Looks like path comes from, I think the origin of path is right over here. So you can see over here that in our game directory, when we actually set level equal to something, it's just equal to new spawn level, textures levels, level.png. Now, you can see straight away that all I've done is I've moved levels, the folder, up into, you know, a different directory. And what's happened as a result of that, the game's gotten broken in 2 cases. We fixed it in here, right? But it looks like it's kind of the same fix needs to be applied here. So that's bad programming. That just lets me know that that, you know, if you got to fix the same error twice, like, you're not coding, you're doing it wrong, bro. Like, you're not coding properly. So if I go back to level, you'll see that level spawn equals new, and then we can just set it equal to new spawn level. Actually, we should probably done that last time. But it equals to new spawn level, there's a path, and because it's static, instead of this, right, and if we go back to our game.java, instead of making a new instance of it, let's just set it equal to level.spawn, and that's it. And that kind of kills two birds with one stone. First of all, it simplifies our code a lot, and second of all, it solves that that error, that input equals null error. So yeah, let's just launch our game now and see what happens. Alright, would you look at that? We are in the level that we made. That is pretty cool. That wood texture kind of looks like, the floor texture kind of looks like rubbish. But but yeah, look at that. That is awesome. First time I've seen the thing. And there's our spawn point. I totally forgot about our spawn point. Let's save the spawn point for next time because I want to talk in detail about how that's going to work. But yeah, that's how we load our world. This is really cool actually. Apart from the wall texture actually looks pretty good, surprisingly. But the floor texture, it kind of works, but when it sort of trails off here, it kind of doesn't work. That looks really beautiful as well. So collision detection is obviously something that will be implemented soon. I'm still not sure if I like the 32 by 32 size player. I'm not sure if I want 16 by 16 or 32 by 32. We'll obviously experiment both ways, but yeah, I'm still running at 3,500 FPS, which is awesome. But yeah, so that's pretty damn awesome. Yeah, wow, that's really cool. Okay, I'm actually, yeah, this looks really nice, like aesthetically. But yeah, that's sort of how our game rolls. We could probably add some subtle shadows as well in the future just to make it look a bit better. Yeah, that'll definitely be implemented. But yeah, you can sort of see how the spawn level looks like, which is pretty awesome. So you can see, by the way, that this is actually an important note to note. It's actually a mere coincidence that could be, if you look at if I just go back into levels, right, and spawn, you can see that I actually used a blue color for the spawn, right? You can see that the spawn point was marked by blue, and it's sort of blue, like obviously it's a different shade, but that's more like teal in the actual level file. But it's blue. So why is that happening? That is there because if we go into our code and we look at this, it says that if none of these statements are true, in other words, if the colors on the level does not match up our colors, you know, our tile colors, our defined tile colors, then we're just going to return a void tile. And void tile is set currently to be void tile, sprite.void tile. It's set currently to be this color. So I mean, we could probably make it black. I kind of like that color though, but we could just make it black by putting 0 there. And if we restart our game and go all the way down, oh yeah, you can see straight away that it's black. But let's just go down. The reason that I don't like to make it black, this feels like a path. The reason that I don't want to make it black is because black can sometimes, like especially when you're doing lighting, black can sort of interfere with that. But yeah, so yeah, we just made black. So I'll probably keep it as that blue color. That'll be like our signature void tile color. But other than that, you know, you're instantly like, oh, all right, there's a void tile there. Something's not working, or something isn't really working as it's supposed to, which is pretty sick. But yeah, anyway, that's episode 61 of game programming. Now, I'm sorry to sadden you guys with this news, but I'm actually going away for a week, which means I will not be home in my office for a week, which means I can't make videos for a week. So yeah, I'm sorry about that. But game programming will resume on the 9th of February, I believe. Yeah? Yes. Because I'm leaving tomorrow, I'll be back on the 8th, and obviously I'll be too tired then to make a video. But so Saturday, I think it's Saturday, let me just check quickly. Yep, Saturday the 9th of February.
Anthony Bourdain criticized Hillary Clinton.
But until then, guys, have a great week, have a great next week, and I'll see you guys later.
I have no problem with Hillary Clinton whatsoever. I think she's a wonderful woman.
Please, for the love of the sweet goats present above and below, do not harass her.
From that day onwards, we're pretty much just E3, 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 and yes? yeah, good gameplay. There was some good gameplay
It
there.
was fine. The gameplay was fine. I think it gets
Hey, what's up guys? My
too
name is
much
Jonah.
of a,
Welcome to episode 62 of Game Programming. So it
A
has
lot
been a
of people
while.
are on
I
it
realize,
today, and
long
it's fair
time no
enough, 'cause
see.
the new one actually
But
looks
I've been really busy, and basically the way that I want to do game programming episodes from now on is when I
For
have
the rest of
time.
this video, don't
Okay, so if I have like an extra hour or something in my week, then I'll try and knock down one or two, and we'll see what happens. But
Bad enough to hear.
obviously,
So one of the things I did
university
was I
comes
immediately.
first. And yeah, but you know that doesn't mean that I'm not going to be making videos. It's just going to mean that I'm going to make them when I have time, not on a schedule. But I'll still try and knock down maybe 2 or 3 a week. Okay, so basically we ended kind of here, and we kind of wanted to set a location, a spawn location for our player here. And one thing I might do, actually, I've been thinking about this for a while, is actually reducing the sprite size of this player down to 1 tile. So in other words, at the moment he's like 32 by 32. Might bring him down to 16 by 16 so he matches 1 tile or something like that. So that's a possibility. But yeah, so we had this this tile, right? So if I come over here and I open let's see here. Let me just find my sweet. So in our rain directory, if we hit up resources, levels, and spawn, and let's just open it with, actually we can probably just open it like that. We have this little teal tile here. Now, one thing that we kind of wanted to do initially was scan this and set that as a spawn location. I've decided against that though, because that's not really very practical at all, because the thing is, like, at the moment we know that there's going to be wood behind it, but we don't always know that. And then there's also the fact that, why set it in that? It's not like the spawn location is going to change or anything for this particular level. And it might, in the future, if we want to return to the spawn level, it might remember where we were last in the spawn level as well. So it's just not really practical to have a fixed spawn location in the actual level file. So I'm going to open this in paint.net, and I'm basically going to get rid of it. And one other thing that I'm going to do before I get rid of it is actually check out the coordinates of where it's at. So if I just hold my mouse over it, and I'll just, select like the pencil tool, you can see over here that it actually says the coordinates. So it says that it's at 19,62. So I'm just going to open up Notepad and type in 1962 so I don't forget. And that's going to be where we spawn at, and that's it. Okay, so you can see right there, 1962. Great. Yeah, we can just write over that, just like that, save it. Okay, and now we should be good to go. So there's a few different ways of handling this. Again, I guess it depends on what you want to do. But one of the ways that I like handling it personally is I like creating stuff called basically like a helper class kind of thing. So over here in level, I'm just thinking if I should put it in level. Probably in level, yeah. I'll create a new class and I'll call this something like tile coordinate. Okay, literally, that's all it's going to be. And this is going to be a very simple class. This is just me, like, I just like organizing things. And in fact, we might just get rid of coordinate. I'm just thinking to say, how does that sound? Tile coord. No, we'll keep that there for now. And basically, all this is going to do, right, is it's going to have 2 variables, x and y, right? Make sure they're integers. And what we can access from this tile coordinate is basically public tile coordinate. So we're just going to have a constructor, and it's going to have x and y, right? And then all we have to do here really is just say this dot x equals x, this dot y equals y. And then if we want to access it, right, we can make a bunch of methods like public int, let's just say x, right? And that will simply return x. And it'll be a bit more complicated in a minute, but public int y, and that will return y, and public int xy maybe, and it might be an array. So what this might be is, and you'll see what this is in a minute, but whoops, can't type. It's been a while since I've actually programmed anything. Not anything, but on this computer at least. So we'll return maybe let's just create a quick integer, we'll call it, s, I don't know, R maybe for result. And we'll set it equal to new int 2, and then we'll set 0 equal to x, 1 equal to y, and then we'll return it. Alright, so that's one way of doing it. So I'll return both of them in an array. What else could we do? Probably return the actual tile coordinate, but I think we'd have to. Yeah, so in other words, that's probably it for now. One thing that we need to calculate though is, when we do set the tile coordinate, we just want to set the coordinates. So in other words, our coordinate right now is 1962. Now remember what the size of the tiles is? The size of the tiles is 16, right? So for now, alright, it probably won't change throughout our game. That's one thing I want to point out as well. Tiles probably won't change, like the size of tiles. It's not like some levels will have 32 size tiles, some levels will have 8 size tiles. They'll all have 16 size tiles, so we don't have to worry about this. But what we should have is a private final int, so make sure that it's a constant basically. And we'll call it tile size, and we'll set that equal to 16. And all we need to do here is say that this.x equals x times tile size. So in other words, that will basically just find the size for us, and then that should pretty much work out wonderfully. So an example of this can be in the player class. So when we actually do set our x and y, and we don't at the moment, right? We set this.x equal to x. That's sort of our spawn location, and what I'll probably do maybe next episode is I'll actually talk about setting spawn locations and how we're gonna roll with that. I just wanted to spend today's episode on the tile coordinate class, just because yeah, like people usually don't think of doing this, and it's really useful. Like I love it. So I thought I'd just share that with you guys. Cool story, bro. Alright. Okay, so let's see how we're gonna set that. Okay, so okay, so let's check this out. So currently the player gets set in X and Y like that. That's cool. What we could do though instead is this was something I was working on actually earlier. So we'll get rid of this for now. But okay, so we don't actually set an am I right? Like this cannot work? Yeah. Okay, so we've got another constructor here in player which deals with in X and in Y, and that actually sets the location. So what we could do here is we could simply say that player equals new player, and we've got 2 coordinates to fill out. We could just say that, for example, tile coordinate player spawn, right? Player spawn equals new tile coordinate, and then we'll say that maybe 1962, right? That's what we wanted to roll as. And then what we could say here is that it's simply player spawn dot x, and that's going to be player spawn dot y, and that's it. And then that should work, right? So if we launch our game, we can see that we actually spawned that. And